It's cold outside and I'm making soup today. But I'm not making just any soup. I'm making a hearty soup, something filling, something good. I'm making gumbo. But I'm making seafood gumbo with some lobster, some shrimp. We're gonna do sausage, but we're gonna do chicken sausage for those people that don't eat pork. Let me show you what I got. I mixed out everything ready to go. Gumbo's easy to make, but takes a while. You gotta stir in that flour for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm gonna show you my mise en place. We got our lobster stock. We got some lobster, some shrimp. I got some chicken sausage. This is our blended oil, the flour. Everything is mixed out. We got some Creole spice right here. Some gumbo filet. I put about a quart of tomato sauce. Here's my veggies. We got Creole spice, celery, onions, peppers, some sherry vinaigrette, some Worcester, and some garlic confit. Also, I made a sachet with some thyme, rosemary, some bay leaves, and peppercorn. A sachet is basically, this keeps all the herbs and all the spices in so that it's not in my soup and just twirling around everywhere. That's a sachet. We're gonna start with a really hot pan. We're gonna get color on our chicken sausage. That's gonna go in first. Put very little oil, not too much. You want color on this, so make sure. I used the sausage, grounded it up, basically just put it in the rubble. Now you want to get color on this, you want to cook it off, get color, take it off, because then we're going to throw in our flour, and we're going to go with a nice roux, which is basically flour and butter, or flour and some oil, and we're going to cook that off for about 45 minutes. It's going to get like chocolate dark, but on a low simmer because you don't want to burn it, but you want that color. Once the sausage got color and it's nice and grounded like this, grounded it up real nice, you're going to go ahead and put it to the side. And then we're gonna start cooking our roux. Once you got your sausage nice and crisp, go ahead and put it to the side. You're gonna have a pot that looks like this. That's good, that's what you want flavor. Go ahead and add the oil, blended oil I'm using. You need a whisk for this. This process is gonna take about 45 minutes. Like I said, to an hour. You're gonna be whisking in the flour and you're just gonna whisk, whisk, whisk. You cannot get off. You gotta stay on it. It's very annoying, but it's gonna come out great. So this is what you want. You're gonna keep stirring this up. Basically making a dark roux, very dark roux. Just keep stirring, stirring. I'll get back to you once I'm done stirring. I'm gonna show you the color that you're gonna want. In the meantime, while your roux's cooking, you want to go ahead and get your stock. Make sure that it's nice and hot. Because later on, we're just going to ladle it in while we whisk it so that you get no lumps and everything is cooked already. By the way, this recipe that I'm doing, shout out to my chef, Greg Horton, Chop Champion. This is his recipe. Thank you for letting me use it. Been cooking for some time now. You can see the colors changing, but still not there. You want like a chocolatey color. Nice chocolate brown color. Been about 20 minutes. You can see it turning into chocolate. Almost there. Not quite there. You need it way darker. Long process. Getting like this. We almost there. Almost there. Getting there. Look at this chocolate. Just keep stirring. Once you think it's almost there, it's still not. You want it darker. The darker the fruit, the sweeter the juice. In this case, it ain't fruit, but you do want it darker. Once it looks like that, we're gonna go ahead and throw in our veggies. Let's get the cooking on it. Let's start off by adding our celery and our onions. Once you got that color that you wanted. We're gonna cook these for about 10 minutes. You're just cooking them till they're soft. This is what it's gonna look. This is what you want. Yes, you're cooking it in the roux. in the roux, you're gonna cook this till it's nice, soft, tender, still on low heat. You don't want to burn any of it. Once you cook this out for about 10 minutes, you're gonna go ahead and start adding your stock. You're gonna ladle it in and whisk it in, little by little. A lot of work, a lot of preparation, takes a lot of time to make this, but in the end, you got a good soup. Right before my onions and celery are done, I'm gonna go ahead and add my garlic confit. Which is basically building flavor on top of flavor. Once your veggies are cooked, time to add the lobster stock. You're gonna slowly whisk this in, not all at once, slowly. So little, whisk, keep whisking, non-stop whisking. You're gonna keep whisking this in until you use all the stock, but slow. Mira adentro para que tú veas lo que tú tienes ahí. The reason why you want to do it slowly so you get no lumps. You make sure everything is cooked. Trust me, it's annoying, but it's all worth it in the end. If you can, you got some help, you can also do it like this. Slowly. Woo. So much faster like this. Alright, once you finish incorporating your stock into it, this is how it should look, like a soup. You're gonna go ahead and add everything else to it. You're gonna go ahead and add in your peppers, your sausage, chicken sausage. You're gonna add your Creole spice and your gumbo spice. I like to whisk that Make sure those spices get in there real good. You're gonna add your tomato, crushed tomatoes. The sachet. That's where the flavor is, all that herby flavor is in there. You're gonna add your lobster and your shrimp. Go ahead and whisk that in. This is what we're looking like. Now you're gonna go ahead and put the flame up high. Make sure this comes to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're gonna lower it to a simmer. And you're gonna let it simmer for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Once it's completely done, that's when you add your acidity. You're gonna add your Worcestershire sauce and you're gonna add your sherry vinegar. It's gonna give it that good flavor and it's gonna finish it off real nice. That's your beautiful gumbo in there. Seafood gumbo. Also, once it's done, you wanna go ahead and, throw some fresh herbs in there. I prefer some cilantro or parsley. Just chop it off at the end to bloom it. You don't want to throw it in now because then your shit's gonna turn black and it's gonna look ugly. You don't want that. So you threw the herbs at the end with the sherry and the Worcester. Then you add salt to taste. That's your gumbo. I'll show you what it is when it looks finished. Alright, once your gumbo's cooked for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, go ahead and take your sachet out.
No pot inside? No.
Add your sherry vinegar and your Worcestershire. Go ahead and mix that up. Now you could typically serve that with some white rice or whatever you want. You could eat it just like that. Let me show you how I put it down on a plate. Alright, this is the finishing gumbo. You can see the shrimp, the peppers, the veggies. Looks beautiful. Me, typically, I'll do some cilantro chopped or some parsley. Do a little bit of fresh parsley right on top. Just like that. Maybe a little bit of olive oil, but that's it.